Can you tell us a bit about what your attitude was like to money when you were earlier on in your career, and how that sort of changed and evolved over time?
Yeah, it's really interesting to reflect. But where I started, first of all, I'm from the UK, so my first job and everything that I was heading towards was within the NHS,
Okay.
which is not known for its highly paid staff. And there was a little bit of an ethos, I have to say, around duty, and sort of pride of doing the right thing to work within the NHS, that you wouldn't sort of sell your soul and go into private. That was definitely sort of the implicit sort of beliefs that I picked up in my early career. There was something kind of almost dirty about accepting money over service, which is just so interesting. And so I think when I switched into corporate land, I think, it was all quite bizarre to me. There was a lot of money. There was a lot of people talking very comfortably about money. And I just hadn't really seen myself having those conversations, hadn't been part of those conversations, hadn't desired money really significantly. And so I definitely felt very illiterate in finances and personal finance, and ownership of things was always quite important. So I owned property pretty early, but that was more about security, not really about financial growth.
Yeah. And how has that changed over time?
Over time, it's significantly changed. So again, I've had to work quite hard to not be dysfunctional in my beliefs about money. I do think that I have felt that wealth was for other people, that there was something shady about it, that if you were focused on it, that meant you couldn't possibly be in service to people. And as I say, these core beliefs of wanting to help people, it's really clear for me that's what my purpose is. And they sort of seemed incongruent. Towards more recent years, I actually understand now that money is one of the currencies that enable people to commit to the work that I do with them. So it's almost like, for my clients and with my clients, I feel like there is something about the more that people pay, the more I know they are committed to the journey that I know they need to take. So they've got skin in the game, and it's, to me, that's quite important from a helping people change perspective now. And personally, for my own wealth, I've become a lot more focused on the longer term. Property is still a big piece of that, but we have now, a portfolio. So definitely becoming more financially literate. I am a risk taker, if that hasn't already kind of come about. So I am quite happy with high risk things, and think of it more almost like a game now that's quite fun.
It's interesting. I think that all those things have a place. It's just, you just want to understand what you're doing, and building that literacy is a key part of it. But to what you were saying about the money as a commitment tool, I think especially in the you want to have a bigger impact. You're playing on a bigger stage. That it's like if you walk down the street and you saw a Ferrari for sale for $500, you'd immediately think there was something wrong with it. So depending on how big you want your scale to be, that you need to charge an appropriate price for the level that you're playing at.